What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow, and today I did start my stream 1 hour earlier, and the reason for this is actually we have a very big news in crypto today. The Ethereum Testnet, if you have been watching the news, Ethereum 2.0 is coming where Ethereum will change from proof of work to proof of stake. The Ethereum Testnet Ropsten is going to have its merge, okay? So they're gonna have its merge in 3 hours and 37 minutes. So keep an eye on this website, whenmerge.com. So basically what it means is that if this merge is successful, so basically one of Ethereum's oldest testnet merge is successful, it means that we are one step closer to the Ethereum 2.0 merge, which basically means that this could be very positive for the price action for Ethereum and also the whole ecosystem as Ethereum finally moves to proof of work to finally proof of stake, okay? So guys, the reason why I did this 1 hour earlier is because I want to bring this to your attention. In 3 hours, the testnet is gonna merge. Feel free to check it out. Really exciting to witness history because we are all witnessing history in the space. So anyways, in today's stream, basically what happened was that this Sunday I did a live party, live opening party for the gallery, and I was supposed to give away one building, and I was supposed to give away 1 week of exhibition at my gallery, right, for the month of June. And so basically due to some unexpected events, we were unable to do the raffle for the opening event. So I was forced to change to do the raffle right now. So right now I'm gonna, rather than give away one building, I'm giving away 10 buildings, and I'm giving away one 7 days free and priority gallery exhibition for June 2022. And so the way how I give this is that the first 10 buildings would be raffled using Twitter prickers. And the second, one 7 days free priority gallery exhibition, what I'll do is that in 1 hour's time, I'm going to be in Decentraland, okay? I'm gonna be at the server DG in Decentraland, and if you are an artist, if you want to borrow the space to exhibit something, right? As long as it is, complying the rules and regulations of Decentraland, and stuff like that, you could come to me, and then we could use text chat in Decentraland or voice chat in order to share your story, right? So if I listen to a story and I think, oh, that's a great idea, probably I'll award this to you, right? I'll choose you as the winner. So one winner will be chosen in Decentraland, right? So in 1 hour's time. So anyways, if you want to watch the previous opening events, I basically have it here. So definitely check that out. A lot of amazing sharing from a lot of artists. And so right now, this is the first thread that I decided to do the 5 building giveaway, right? So this is the second thread, right? So basically for the first thread, all you have to do is just follow me and follow Kenny, and then like and retweet, right? So this is the first thread. 5 winners, follow me and follow Kenny, and let's see the entry. So we have 35 entries, which is not bad, right? So we are now drawing the winners for the first 5 buildings. So if you win, I would tag you on the post to ask you to send me a DM, and then I'll send you the building file and congratulations, right? But if you do not reply me in this week, then I would not give you the file because the chance of getting the award has lapsed, okay? And also one more thing I have to say, tomorrow, unfortunately, I won't be doing a live stream because I have something to do. But in the morning, I'll be at the Artiverse event, which is a local NFT event. I'll check it out. Probably take some photos, some videos, and put it on Instagram and Twitter, whatever suits, my audience, right? So anyways, 35 entries. Let's draw our first 5 winners, okay? Okay, let's do it. Begin draw, okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh! Okay, 1 is rejected. Okay, please ensure amount is winner. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let me try again. 35 entries. Continue. Begin draw. Okay, so many people did not have any banners. So let's try again, right? Alright, draw is completed, okay? So don't show rejected. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Congratulations, you win one 1x1 building in Decentraland, courtesy of Fireworks Studio. So all 5 of you, congratulations. I'll tag you, send me a message, and then I'll send you the files. So we also have this tweet, which only basically all you have to do is just like and retweet, right? So basically we'll just use retweet. And I'm gonna draw 5 winners from here as well. If it duplicates, then we'll choose more winners, right? So let's see how many entries. 21 entries. All right, maybe more people can win this time. Begin draw. Okay, let's try less descriptions, low tweet, and then entries draw. One. So no banner. Okay, weird. You guys are joining and you have no banners on your Twitter. Okay, 21 entries. Continue, and then begin draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically, congratulations to 5 of you, you won. But we do have some duplications, as I can see. So Paragon, you won twice. So thank you for supporting. Let me redraw your entry so that we have one more winner. Okay, so Mev. Okay, so Mevu. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Congratulations, all of you win. I'm gonna tag you very shortly in my daily update post. Congratulations for winning. So let's look at the market today. Look at the market. Asia market is positive. EU market is not really that positive. European market for ahead of the European Central something decision, right? US inflation data and stuff like that. So the the EU stock is dropping. And so basically there are some news about inflations and stuff like that, right? People are fearing the inflation and stuff like that. So definitely that would affect the market. If we look at the US pre-market, we're waiting for the US pre-market open. Right now, it seems like there's a chance that we will have a shaky opening in the market, right? So start making moves. I've seen that. So basically, well, anyways, if we are still tracking the traditional market, like DOM's futures did fall 2 straight days of gains at Wall Street. So Monday, Tuesday, gains, right? But stock futures fell on Wednesday, which is actually today. So at 9:30, there's a chance that the US market will open negative, right? And if the US market opens negative, it is gonna affect our whole crypto market, right? So as you can see, Ethereum is back at 18,000, so kind of went up a bit, right? Yesterday was at 17-ish thousand, right? Bitcoin is back 30,000. So if we look at the crypto market, right now, I think we do still see some sea of green. But if the US market opens negatively, right? Here's the game plan. If it opens negatively, it is gonna have some retracement, right? These gains are gonna have some retracement, okay? And if this merge is not successful, if 3 hours later, if this merge is not successful, it is gonna affect the Ethereum price, right? It is so it's gonna be a very volatile day, right? So guys, definitely check out in the next 3 hours what happens. On-chain data, the crypto market cap is still hovering. We're now at let's see. We're now at 1.25 trillion, which is a 2.9% increase. So that's a good thing. But then as we can see, the crypto market cap is still kind of hovering sideways. We aren't breaking the 1.3 trillion. So 1.3 trillion is way back, okay? So we still have yet to see how the market could recover. But in terms of on-chain data, actually, if you look at this, the reason why I want to look at Ethereum on-chain data, right? Because the testnet merge is going to happen, and that would definitely affect the Ethereum movement. If you look at the exchange net inflow, right? Exchange reserve is on a downward trend if you look at the last 7 days, which basically means that people are removing Ethereum from the market, right? So there is a slight selling pressure, but in terms of the last 7 days, if we do look at this, right? On 1 week, actually we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of Ethereum leaving the market. So it means that the sell pressure might be reducing and more reducing, right? So there is a huge chance that if this testnet this merge works, there is bullish news about the Ethereum 2.0. Boom, we might see that green candle that we are all waiting for. So it really depends on you. If you have faith in this, then maybe you should buy. But if you don't have faith, if you think it's gonna fail, Ethereum 2.0 is never coming, then don't buy, because you will see that huge red candles. So this is gonna be a volatile day, in my opinion, okay? So yeah, that's it. I wanna talk about DeFi. DeFi, pretty much the same, nothing much. If you look at 1 day percentage change, Thorchain has the highest 1 day percentage change. All the other smaller exchanges have more exchanges reduction. But one thing I want to talk about is Osmosis, okay? So if we look at the chain's data and then if we look for Osmosis, we have a reduction, right? If we look at this, Osmosis had a reduction. Well, actually it was since the crash. Nothing really happened much. But the reason why I want to talk about this is actually Cosmo, right? The Cosmo chain, which I believe, oh sorry, it's not Osmosis, it's actually Cosmo, right? Let's see, Cosmo. Okay, Cosmo, Atom, right? what happened with Atom is that there was a hack, okay? There was a DeFi hack, right? DeFi exchange Osmosis hit by 5 million exploit, right? So that's the reason why it was kind of dead, which I show you. So it was Osmosis, I was correct. NFT market. So yeah, DeFi, I'm gonna talk about it shortly. NFT market, pretty mixed market, right? You know, as I've seen in threads analysis, you know, storytelling NFTs are doing quite well. Like We Are All Gonna Die, you know, Goblin Town, those are very storytelling NFTs, right? And interestingly, the floor change price of you know, the Bored Apes Yacht Clubs and Mutant Ape Yacht Club didn't really much change, but the ownership change in the last 24 hours is quite high for Mutant Ape Yacht Club. So I think you know, people are trading these crypto. Trading these collections because Ape Fest is coming up. If you're in NYC, people want to go to Ape Fest, they might buy you know, Bored Apes, so in order to join the Ape Fest, right? So that could be a reason. In terms of the NFT market, if we look at it holistically, Ethereum, we are still at a negative 1.5% decrease in terms of the sale volume in the last 24 hours. Solana is also a decrease. So basically, on those two major chains in terms of NFTs, trading volume has gone down, right? So if we look at this last 24 hours, except we saw the same thing in here in DApp Radar for Magic Eden and OpenSea, right? So same for this last 24 hours. If you look at NFT Go, sentiments is cool, nothing much happening in the market, but you know, traders are you know, there's a reduction in traders, right? So the market is not really that heated, right? So moving on to our daily news today, I want to talk about news which is the Securities and Futures Commission here in Hong Kong. You know, reminds investors of risk associated with non-fungible tokens, right? So basically, what they're saying is that you know, NFTs are very risky, a liquid secondary market, volatility, opaque pricing, hacking fraud. Okay, so you should be mindful of this risk if you're investing, which I think is important because if you do not understand how this place works, if someone just shows an NFT and then they you know, didn't have anything to back it, if it's not a blue chip NFT, the risk is actually quite high, right? So this is a very good reminder. And then for them, what they say is that if the NFT is intended to represent a unique copy of an underlying asset, such as digital image, artwork, music, or video, generally, when an NFT is genuinely a digital representation of a collectible, the activities related to it do not fall under the regulatory remit, right? So basically, it's saying that the SFC is not going to regulate NFT. However, they have noticed that you know, some NFTs cross the boundaries between a collectible and a financial asset. For example, fractionalized or fungible NFTs structured in a form similar to securities, note 1, or in particular interest in a collective investment scheme, right? Which happens in the NFT space, right? You buy NFTs for a chance to have an ownership of a restaurant, blah, 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 that type of stuff. So this is what they're gonna regulate, right? So if where an NFT constitutes an interest in a CIS, marketing or distributing it may constitute a regulated activity, okay? So parties carrying on regulated activities, whether in Hong Kong or targeting Hong Kong investors. So this is hard to, you know, to narrow down. Well, how do you know if an NFT is targeting a Hong Kong investor or not? Because usually NFTs are targeted globally, right? But if things like this happens, or maybe the startup is incorporated in Hong Kong, maybe requires a license from the SFC unless an exemption applies, right? So there is other notes. You know, the securities is defined according to the audience. You know, CIS is basically how participants do not have day-to-day control over the management of property, and blah, 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 blah. And then they are expected to get profits or income from a return of that investment, right? Regulated activities are specified in the SFO and stuff like that. So my only question for this is that, well, I think it's good. It is becoming more clear, and it's the same as the US bill that I talked about yesterday. Regulation is good in the sense that it gives you a clear black and white, right? But it's bad when there's more and more control, right? But my only question is that, for example, ERC721, if it's a you know, unique one ID NFT, then it makes sense. It is a collectible, right? But when it comes to the idea of, you know, what they say, fractionalized and fungible NFTs, right? My question would be, how about ERC1155, right? So I tagged them on LinkedIn, so I don't think they'll reply me. But my question is whether ERC1155 is considered as fractionalized or fungible NFTs, because you have one NFT, one digital collectible, but with more than one owner, right? So that's the ERC's 1155 token standard. So with ERC1155 standard, if that 1155 is a collectible, would that, because of multiple ownership, create you know, a chance that it could be similar to securities, right? Because according to them, they're talking about fractionalized or fungible NFTs. So on the very basic service level, what they mean is that, oh, if you have an NFT, you fractionalize it, you kind of issue shares, right? So I think that's the whole point of what they're saying. For example, the Doge NFT, the Doge itself was fractionalized into ERC20 tokens, and then owning the ERC20 tokens give you certain share, then that makes sense. So I'm very curious on the SFC in terms of the token standard. 721 makes sense, you know, unique per M. But if it's 1155 multiple owners, would that be considered fungible NFTs according to their standard, right? That's my question. Yeah, that's my question. If anyone knows the answer, if you're from Hong Kong, if you are from a legal background, feel free to comment below. Let me know, you know, what they think. So moving on to the next news, Cosmo-based DeFi exchange Osmosis hit by 5 million exploit, right? So, you know, the developers were forced to halt the network, right? So the network was halted. So is this a blockchain? So I don't know, right? So Osmosis, a decentralized exchange built using the Cosmo SDK, has been exploited, draining its liquidity pools for approximately 5 million, right? So the developers have halted the blockchain to prevent virtual damage, right? So is this really decentralized? Because if you can halt a blockchain, so does that mean it is a blockchain, right? Because a blockchain is distributed technology, right? So it means that there is a degree of centralization in this chain, right? So I think, you know, it is definitely not a good look. But, you know, it seems like there was a critical bug in the decentralized exchange. The Reddit thread was then later removed. So it seems like it was, you know, warned in the past, but then it was not addressed, right? So this is definitely not a good look for Osmosis, right? So if you look at the Osmosis price, it's down 6.58%, okay? So this is a unique reason why it was down, okay? So let's see if we can find Osmosis. If we look at Osmosis, maybe the one in red. So yeah, let us not waste time looking at it. So we'll move on, right? So, or maybe you could just search here, right? Let's see. Osmosis. Yep, Osmosis. Yep, down 4.9%. So it was that huge drain. So when it was drained, I think it caused this cascading effect, right? So usually when there's individual token related news, it will cause this cascading effect. Same for yesterday, right? When we were talking about the Binance regulatory stuff, right? What happened was that if we look at 7 days, boom, it caused it downwards and then keep causing it down, right? But then the rebound is even higher, right? So yeah, that's the Osmosis news. And the next one is Always Sunny actor Rob McElhenney launches Web3 writers room with Ethereum NFTs. And the really interesting thing is that the Always Sunny star will co-create characters and stories and share in the royalties and revenue with NFT holders. So when you see this, right, basically if you are targeting Hong Kong, you know, investors, then you will be regulated by the FSC, right? Because there's a share in the profits and revenue, right? So this is could be categorized as security. But anyways, I think it is an interesting thing because Adim is a new Web3 entertainment company from actor and creator Rob McElhenney, right? So the startup will use decentralized writer rooms to develop IP and then share in future royalties or revenue with NFTs holding co-creators, right? So it is an interesting thing where you can actually use NFTs to, you know, have a closer relationship with the general public or with the NFT holders and create content together, sell these content, make money, revenue share. So I think this is, I share this because it is very interesting, right? Next news, Solana commits 100 million to support South Korean crypto projects. So the fund created by Solana Ventures and the Solana Foundation will focus on virtual gaming and invest in NFTs and DeFi projects. So personally, when I look at different NFTs, right, when I look at blockchains, when I look at Ethereum, I look at the OG, right? And I always think Ethereum is kind of more for institutional use because the gas fees are kind of high. And it is more for collectibles, digital collectibles. If you want a blockchain that is so decentralized that no one can shut down a chain, then Ethereum is the one to go, right? Because so far, no one has been able to shut down the Ethereum chain, right? But the problem is when it comes to metaverse, you know, blockchain gaming, right? The other chain that supports it, when I look at it, would be Polygon, right? Polygon is a layer 2, and there's a lot of gaming projects being developed. But actually, I think Solana is kind of, in my opinion, is a chain where it's because of the fast transaction speed, right? Because they could process a lot of transactions per second. I always think that Solana is always the chain for gaming, right? That's the niche, right? It is always gonna be. I always think that Solana is gonna be the chain for, you know, metaverse or, you know, virtual gaming, right? So which is the same here. which I think is definitely very bullish, right? So because of gaming, you need ERC1155 NFTs, like gaming asset, you need them as NFT. So I always think that that is the value in the NFTs in the Solana space. Not necessarily profile pictures, but more like gaming NFTs on the Solana space. So that's always my thoughts, right? Whenever there's an NFT on Solana, I always think that if it has some backing with a gaming project, then you are kind of, kind of slightly less risk prone, right? So anyways, this news is about how they are funding the Korea, South Korean crypto projects. And the reason for this is that you remember I covered the news that South Korean government is investing in the metaverse, right? So it all there is a linkage, right? It basically means that they also see that potential. So if the metaverse is going to be powered by blockchain, and if Solana is, investing in the South Korean crypto projects, and if more people use Solana, what it would mean is that there's a chance that there's a convergence, right? There's a chance that the South Korean metaverse projects may use, Solana, right? This is speculation, right? This is not official. It just shows that, the South Korean government invested in the metaverse project, and now Solana is, committing 100 million to South Korean projects, right? Crypto projects. What does it mean? Is there a chance that it might link together, right? So the reason why we cover these news on a daily basis is that we could see these hints, right? We can start to see this, right? So interestingly, according to this article, this week's funding effort puts Solana in direct competition with Polygon, Avalanche, and other smart contract platforms, all gunning for Korea's trove of orphaned crypto developers, right? So the reason for this is because, remember, Terra had a crash, and actually a lot of developers on Terra were actually in Korea as well, because Do Kwon is Korean, right? And also I think because they see that, oh, Do Kwon is Korean and we are Korean, we should support the Terra chain, and that's the reason why a lot of the project needs to find a new home. They need to find a new blockchain. So that's why we see a lot of chains starting to invest in South Korean crypto project. But if I were you, I would look at metaverse projects, okay? I would look at which chain is more suitable for metaverse project, which chain has more support for metaverse project, right? And because that is the government policy in South Korea, right? So that's it. Another final news I want to talk today is Yuga Labs revoked code that allows creation of infinite Bored Apes, which is so interesting. This oversight, right? So for the last year, a piece of code exists that if executed could create an unlimited supply of Bored Apes, right? So basically, Yuga Labs in the smart contract had a code where they could actually deploy it to mint more Bored Ape after the 10,000 Bored Ape, right? So now Yuga Labs has revoked the code a year after it said it has planned to, right? So it's interesting to see how this oversight has been living for so long, for more than a year, and now has been finally fixed, right? So basically, they have removed the ability to mint an infinite amount of Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, and the contract owner now has been burned. And while we've been needing to do this for a long time, we haven't out of an abundance in caution, right? So Cartable doing now all done. Yuga Lab co-developer known as Emperor Tomato Ketchup said on Twitter, right? So basically, this issue was raised as early as June 2021, which is 1 year, which is Non-Fungible CEO Dan Kelly pointed out on Twitter that according to the code, they could actually mint multiple Bored Ape even after 10,000 has been minted, right? So now they have decided to fix it, so which is great, right? So, having this code might be a relief to Bored Ape holders since this project has been targeted with phishing attack. Just 4 days ago, its official Discord server was hacked. More than 200 ETH were gone. Value of NFTs, right? So that's it for today's news. Congratulations to the 10 winners. I'm going to post a tweet right now at 9 p.m. HKT and 1 p.m. UTC. I'm going to be in Decentraland DG server. If you want to pitch, you want to share the reason why you want to have a 1 week exhibition, let me know and maybe I'll choose a winner. If there's no one pitching, then we'll have no winners, okay? So I'll be there for maybe, I'll stay there for 15 minutes. If no one is coming, then I'll just leave, right? But it'll be great to mingle, just to share ideas and have a chat. And this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.